Today, we are looking at the history of shopping malls. This is how a mall used to look back in the day. Malls attracted large crowds, and national brands were guaranteed to perform well. Today, shopping malls struggle to draw crowds. Online retail is capturing large sections of the mall's traditional market, while the malls themselves don't seem to be the attraction they used to be. Then there is the emergence of dead malls. When a main anchor, such as a large grocery store, leaves the mall, the whole development starts to suffer because of the decrease in footfall. Malls have an interesting history. The first enclosed malls were already developed back in the 1950s. With the migration of people from the CBD to the suburbs, a void was created for a suburban shopping and entertainment node. This is where the shopping malls thrived as the central point for community life. Shopping malls were so popular back in the 20th century that it was almost a clear-cut case of if you build it, they will come. The shopping mall did not really reinvent retail. It simply repackaged it in a highly scalable format for the suburbs. It was based on the idea to consolidate specialty stores, department stores, and entertainment all under one roof, in one giant air-conditioned building. The design focused on being accessible for car users, providing sufficient parking and pedestrian walkways to navigate from one shop to another. From the time that shopping malls were conceived, their design became a science which could be applied to almost all shopping mall developments across the world. It all started with Victor David Gruen, the man seen on the right, a visionary architect who understood retail really, really well. His success partly stemmed from his ability to sell his ideas using market research that he conducted himself. This enabled him to raise the capital required for his projects. Gruen was also able to present statistics, facts, economic predictions, sales figures, traffic patterns, and anticipated population figures to invoke trust in the business community to whom he was selling his vision. The arcades in Vienna served as inspiration for Victor when developing the American shopping mall. Victor Gruen was an architect born in 1903 in the city of Vienna in Austria. He fled from Austria to the United States during the Second World War to pursue a career in shopfront design in New York. Victor was quoted as saying, "A good storefront is one of your best salesmen." Some argue that Victor not only understood how to improve the shopfront design, but also how the shop itself related to its surroundings. Victor used the arcades in his hometown of Vienna as blueprint for his shopping mall concept. He wanted to create a one-stop destination that served the community. In this way, the public could avoid unnecessary trips to destinations located all across the city and instead find everything they needed under one roof. Victor envisioned a neighborhood center that catered for around 20,000 to 25,000 people and a larger business center that served an entire city. The business center could be complemented by civic centers, municipalities, auditoriums, movie theaters, specialty stores, and high-end department stores. Southdale Center in Minnesota, the first enclosed mall, was designed by Victor Gruen and had a total size of 74,000 square meters. This mall was a big success when it opened on the morning of October 8, 1956. Over 40,000 visitors attended the grand opening. 188,000 customers visited the mall throughout the following week. Victor envisioned apartment buildings, a park, medical facilities, and schools to form part of the development, but these facilities were never built. Malls were the hangout place for friends. It contributed to the social lives of the American people. In recent years, malls have been rapidly expanding in Asia. A noteworthy mall is the new South China Mall, which opened back in 2005. At the time, it was the largest mall in the world. However, The new South China Mall, with a total size of 660,000 square meters, was too good to be true. The developers expected to attract around 100,000 visitors when it opened to the public in 2005. But it was not what the public expected. The mall stood nearly empty for a decade, with only a 10% tenant occupation, and even reached a low occupancy rate of 1% in 2011. That is a 99% vacancy rate. This shopping mall was dubbed a ghost mall due to its high vacancies and lack of support. According to a CNN article, the deserted mall was also a symbol of China's rapid urbanization and runaway investment in real estate projects, where massive development projects have been given the go-ahead without proper marketing and business research. Years later, the mall was renovated in order to save it from a certain demise. An important adjustment made by the renovators was to improve the mix of retail and non-retail space. The focus of the mall also shifted from the high-income to the middle-income groups. According to a shopping center study, which looked at the growth rate of the number of shopping centers worldwide between 2012 and 2016, it was found that Asia had a growth rate of 5%, Europe 2.7%, Canada 1.7%, and the USA only 0.4%. Big malls might be struggling, but there are many other types of malls that are still sustainable in today's world. These malls include the smaller lifestyle and convenience centers. Looking back at malls developed over the last 50 years, there are still a few that continue to survive and even thrive. The shopping malls that have stood the test of time have the following characteristics. The mall must have a prime location in an established business node. A transport station, such as a railway station, should complement the mall. The tenant mix of the mall should align with the income levels of the surrounding residents. The middle and lower income groups in third world countries may still rely on traditional shopping malls instead of doing online shopping. Malls that take market research into consideration before the design phase starts are likely to succeed. Malls that struggle to make it are those who are over-ambitious in size. For instance, the new South China Mall was built as the biggest in the world at the time, but a phased approach could have been more sensible. Struggling malls are also those who focus on the wrong income bracket. If people in the surrounding area are factory workers with middle to low income salaries, then a luxury shopping mall cannot expect to succeed. Lastly, some malls simply have a bad location, where the city residents are not even aware that the mall exists, or struggles to access the mall due to transport networks that are not well connected. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share some of your thoughts in the comment section down below.